going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Skool, mixed by Skool. And we starting off with Skool The Gang Podcast, episode 1. Shout out to my guys, man. They've been trying to get me to do this. It's like a year now, and I'm just like, hey, you know, we ain't got nothing better to do. We at home, chilling. So let's get this podcast started. So here we are, man. Like I said, I'm Skool, engineer, producer out here in LA, and my guys back home. I don't know what's going on with Bean's camera.
Already with the shenanigans, man.
Y'all see how this gonna go, right?
Already with the shenanigans, man.
Since Bean's camera, acting up, we're gonna let him introduce himself.
Much to say, it's your boy Beans. Most of y'all know me. Skool, you probably know me. Except for y'all famous Hollywood people who we mess with out there. Y'all probably don't know me, but anybody back here, videographer. I do the Views from the Struggle. Make sure you guys check that out. viewsfromthestruggle.com. Out here telling stories of the minority communities, That's me.
That's the bro.
Facts.
Yo. It's your boy. Bishop Bass on the Skool The Gang Podcast. Y'all know me. Part of the Fat Five crew. Y'all know what the Fat Five crew used to be about. You know the Fat Five crew. But anyway, like Bean said, if you know Beans, you know me, you know Skool. You know the other ugly guy too, Mr. Tills.
So that's me, your boy Tills. You know the vibes. That's about it.
Alright, robot.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ah, man. So what's going on, man? How everybody doing, man? Everybody good?
Just try to stay running free, man.
Yeah.
Yo, this
COVID stuff been crazy, man.
It's
been pretty wicked out here in LA, man. But
wicked,
I
bro. That's the best way to put it.
told you to get your people together. They out here doing push-ups and working out.
Right. Yeah, out here wilding in Cali, man.
Yo, I drove by. I had to go pick up some chairs yesterday. I drove by the beach. Crazy.
Drove by the beach, huh?
I drove. I ain't
go to the beach.
I ain't going out there, man.
We picked up some chairs and drove by the beach.
This chair that I'm sitting in right now, bro.
You picked up one chair or you picked up cheers? We need cheers for social distancing.
Alright,
Anyway.
Hey, like, what are you doing, bro?
I had to get my desk chairs, bro. Come on out.
Yeah, okay.
Word.
You know what I mean?
You on the beach yet, or it's in progress?
Nah, I ain't going to the beach.
Nah, I said, do you own it yet? Now, you heard me the first time. You just ain't want to answer the question. You heard me the first time.
What we talking about today, man?
That's the code.
The inside joke for everybody else is that Skool moved out to Cali. He got, famous on us. So we the regular people. He big time now. So,
which, by the way, episode 2, we definitely gonna have Drake on for extra episode. So definitely stay tuned.
That is not the call.
The man
one day. But I don't know.
Yeah, one day next week. Boy Drizzy will be on.
I gotta chill, man.
What are we trying to get into first? It's Last Dance stuff?
Sure, let's get to the Last Dance stuff.
I think we all seen most of it. So overall, what y'all think about it?
Yeah, I seen a little bit here and there, but I've been wrapped up. I can't even front. So somebody got the robot connection right now.
Our guy sound like auto-tune.
Oh my God.
Special guest, T-Pain. Wrap it up.
Let's take a break. We'll come back to you.
I had to put him on mute so he get it together.
Beans, what your thoughts on it, man?
I thought it was cool. It was an interesting look, a little deeper into Jordan and why he was the greatest player ever. It was interesting to me how hard he pushed his teammates. Some of them was able to take it, other ones weren't. But I guess in order to be the best, you gotta put the fire into people like he did. So I respect it.
He pushed them literally and figuratively too. I gave Steve Kerr a black eye.
Right.
That was reckless.
Something like that.
Swinging on dudes, man.
Nah, it's kind of crazy.
So, question about a couple of things up there. One, he said that it wasn't him who kept.
Think somebody else on the robot.
Me?
Yeah, it was you for a little bit.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it was you for a little bit.
You got nope. Nah, he's still a robot.
It's on the
hear me or not?
You chopping it.
This episode trash already.
Yeah, I see that.
This episode
over.
Episode trash already.
Now, what you about to say though?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was saying, I think Jordan kept Isaiah Thomas up the dream team.
I don't think he. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. They tried to lowball a little bit, but he definitely kept Zeke off the team. Definitely kept Zeke off the team.
That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. He did though.
Because they was asking him, and it was a lot of shade, a lot of eye movement away from the kid. Like, he wasn't really answering it, but he, like, one time he came out flat out and was like, oh, I talked to Colangelo that came to me, and there was nothing about Zeke. But come on, at that time, 92, Jordan was the man. So he had a lot of pull. So, I mean, that story alone, I don't believe that he had nothing to do with it. He definitely had something. Was it 100%? No, but he definitely had something to do with it. Because they still beefing to this day. To this day. Because they're still beefing.
You saw how mad he was. They even brought him up.
Right. Like, he wanted nothing to do with him.
Salty.
But
I think Magic had something to do with it too, though. Because that was around the time where their friendship had fell out. That's what they was talking about in a couple other documentaries when Magic was talking about.
And the Pistons
the whole age, because he had the whole age thing that happened, and it was like they was like this close friends, and when that thing whole happened when Magic had left, like all of a sudden he stopped talking to him.
But then even in that, Zeke was saying, well, not Zeke, but they were saying that Isaiah was going around like telling people like bad shitty stories about how he got.
yeah, that was the whole thing.
It's kind of like, that's your boy. Like, why are you doing that?
Are you allowed to brush it off as that whole AIDS thing?
Yeah, that's.
What else am I gonna say, yo?
It can't be that AIDS thing.
It seems like a downplay somehow. I don't know.
It seemed kind of
make it sound mad tragic. I think Magic's doing pretty good for a guy who have AIDS. What you say?
I mean, he definitely got the cure.
So another story that we like to talk about is the flu game. Tim, you don't believe it's a flu game, though, right?
No, it's not the flu game, man. It's the hangover game. I'm tired of talking about it. Yeah, 5 shots of honey, ate some pizza, and had a hangover. End of story.
So where did this whole story about 5 people coming to bring the pizza over, him having the flu, him having food poisoning, where did all it come? They just made it all up?
It was made up, yo. You can't come out and say, yo, I'm hungover for a playoff game. You got to make, dude brought pizza. It was 5 guys. When you ever seen 5 guys deliver a whole pizza?
That's a sick call, yo.
Like, dude, you ever had 5 guys deliver a whole pizza?
Nah, I've never seen it. I mean, maybe out in Utah, that's how they roll. But I never seen that. I've never
been to Utah, but all I know is don't take 5 guys.
Take 5 people to deliver pizza.
But at the same time, like, if you know it's Jordan in that room, you might call somebody and be like, yo, I'm about to deliver this pizza to Jordan. You might be able to get the autograph. You might be able to do whatever.
Even if that was the call, right? Even if that was the call, did Jordan eat the pizza by himself? He was the only person that ate the pizza?
Nobody else was hungry?
That's what he said.
He said he was the only person that was hungry.
Nah.
No there was another story that came out that he said he spit all over the pizza so nobody else wouldn't touch it.
I don't believe it.
I saw that story.
Can you eat a whole pizza by yourself? Is that crazy?
Not Utah pizza.
What? Utah pizza. What difference does it make?
It's pizza, dog.
I guess, and I mean, being from where we're from, pizza does make a big difference. I can't even say that.
Like, I could crush a whole pizza.
I was gonna say I could definitely buzz down a whole. I could buzz down definitely a small. On
I was at Cali Pizza School.
Trash.
It is?
Yeah, it's trash. They ain't got no good pizza out here, man.
Wait, you don't eat regular pizza though, because you like vegan or something, right?
Even when I did though, it was still trash. But yeah, I eat vegan. It's only one spot. It's one spot out here that got some good vegan pizza.
Ain't you and Brian together on a pizza company?
You own part of Blaze?
Nah, that ain't.
I thought you got a piece of that. My bad.
Nah, he own part of Blaze. He's fine.
My bad.
So let me ask you this, School. You a longtime Laker fan, right?
Yep, definitely.
So y'all had Kobe. Now y'all got LeBron. Who's closer to catching Jordan, Kobe or Bron?
As far
Kobe can't catch him, of course. Peace.
I was about to make
Who
that.
is the closest?
Yeah,
Who's the closest to him?
I still think Kobe.
Why is Kobe better than Bron?
Why is he better than Bron?
Why is he closer to Jordan? I mean, I would assume that means he's better.
I mean, I feel like of course, I could say the ring, situation, but I don't know. It's just you said what?
Nothing.
I don't know. Just when you look at Kobe, the way he played, I think Bron got Kobe on a few stats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, stats wise, Bron got Kobe on a few things, but I don't know. I just always feel like Kobe work ethic, you know what I mean, and puts him closer to Jordan.
Jordan-like.
Yeah, he's just very Jordan-like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to put it. That's not taking anything from LeBron, you know what I mean? LeBron is a dope player. I wasn't always a LeBron fan, but, now he here in LA, I kind of got to, like, you hear whatever, but.
I think when it comes down to it, it's like with the game on the line, who you want the ball, whose hands you want the ball in. I think it's always Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe always came through. And Bron had a couple, mishaps in the playoff, and he ain't come through.
I mean, Bron got hit a couple shots late. What was it, last season? Or
it's rare that Kobe let down in crunch time.
Facts.
That's fact. You definitely go with that.
Bron hit some clutch shots too, though.
Nah, Bron got some, but they're not the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because Bron's bad
too,
shots get publicized so much. It's like when he does have a good shot, it's like, oh well, he had so many bad shots. It's about time he had some clutch shots.
Yeah, and I feel like we put more pressure on LeBron because of like what you just said versus Kobe. We like, oh yeah, we know Kobe was gonna finish. You know what I mean?
Kobe.
Yeah.
But that was Bron's, I guess, lack of a better term, mishap in the beginning of his career because he was always, which he still is, he's always about making the best play. So, like, he said it multiple times before where it's like, yo, if I'm getting double teamed, I'm driving to the hole and I'm going to kick it out to the corner. It's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
That's the better play than me forcing it. But then NBA fans who love the game, who love Jordan, who love Kobe, they like, nah, Kobe going to shoot with 8 people on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's no problem. Like, Jordan, he going to put that shot up. Just like in the dot. That was it, 98, the final, the last shot. Everybody was like, get the fuck out the way. Like, everybody in that stadium knew that Jordan was taking that shot. Like, no, it wasn't even a second guess.
There's no question.
Right, but then with Bron,
mm-hmm.
like I said, he does look to make the best play, but there's that doubt that's like, oh, okay, we want him to take that shot. We want him to be the alpha male, but he's not going to take it possibly. He might kick it out to somebody. You know what I mean? And then that's where I think, to bring in somebody else, that's why I think Kyrie and Bron got into, their differences, because Kyrie's kind of that animal mindset, like, I'm going to take this shot, I'm going to put this shot up like he did in the finals, hit that big shot. And, everybody's looking to Bron to do that. But
that's another difference between Kobe and Mike. In the doc, you did see Mike give up the ball a couple times, like at the end of the game, people hit clutch shots. Right. I can't think of a single time Kobe gave it the ball.
Nah, Kobe was pulling.
Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. There has to be probably one.
I can't think of off the top of my head.
Agree. And if anybody else took the last shot, it wasn't because Kobe passed it to him. Somebody else might have passed it.
I remember rolling out to Robert Ory for a shot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and that was an offensive rebound tip back out to the top of the key. Like Kobe's not giving up that ball, bro. And if that ball does happen to get in somebody else's hand with 1 second left in the last shot, Kobe, he might knock you out. Like Kobe was one of those. He got your ass posed. Like he wasn't putting up with that. He was gonna take that shot. Like don't even try it, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace to the GOAT, man.
Absolutely.
One last thing before we move on. So a lot of people were saying they don't know if Jordan would be Jordan in this era, or if LeBron could survive and he's more physical. So do you think Jordan would survive? That's fine, but would he Jordan in this era where everybody's way more athletic?
I think Jordan would have, in this era, Jordan would probably be 2 times the scorer than what he was in the 90s getting beat up. Like, the game is so open and fast-flowing and free-flowing, and threes is going up like crazy. And, like, Jordan, his natural ability is a scorer, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to put the ball in the hole. He got to the line. He killed the mid-range. And towards the end of the year, he started knocking down that three-point shot. Where the game is now, it's all threes into the cup. So he was gonna get his points regardless. And then with the mid-range now, like Kawhi's starting to do it a little bit. Like he's owning that mid-range area. And I think a lot of players are starting to pick it up too. But Jordan would probably average.
Yeah, because
mid-30s.
I think people don't realize like Jordan. What was
if
his
not more.
second year in the league? Jordan's second year in the league, he was averaging like 38 points. And that's like him averaging like maybe two or three threes a game, maybe. And like if he was in today's league, I think Jordan would have developed a 3-point shot.
Easily.
He would have been averaging like 45 points a game. People are like, what do you shoot threes like that? It's like, come on now. If Jordan wanted to shoot threes, he would have shot threes.
He's a nut, yo. He definitely would have do what he want to do. And what coach now is gonna tell him not to do what he want to do?
I also feel like he would have, if he was here now, like in this era now, he still would have. He would have did what he had to do to keep up with the competition. You know what I mean? Like if he was him, he would adapt. If him and LeBron was like he would adapt to it, and that would be a good ass game. Like I think that would be a good ass game, man. I don't know. I think Jordan definitely will go crazy though.
But all that flopping Bron be doing, I love Bron to death. But all that flopping he doing, that shit wouldn't have float. That shit wouldn't have flew back in the night to the baby.
And with LeBron, this is what anybody that would transfer back to like that 90s balls, like it was a rougher league. Like you had the bad boy Pistons, they was literally beating Jordan up every game. And that's kind of like how he just came up. So he came up in that era. So if he comes to this era and it's a soft era, of course he's going to flourish. But like LeBron or anybody like KD come back into the 90s and they getting beat up, it might not translate as well.
Low key, Jordan might even retire again because it's just too soft. He don't want to play ball no more. It's too easy.
Take me up, coach. These niggas stink.
But just on that comment you made about KD, no disrespect to Bron, but I think a guy like KD would survive in the 90s better than Bron because Bron has a physical game. KD could pull up and shoot over 80.
Yeah, KD definitely would have. He definitely put up
anywhere. But Bron gets his points a lot. He his jump shot got better, but he likes to drive the lane.
I don't think
you said by the Pistons, Rodman and Mahorn, all of them.
Mahorn,
the white name I forgot. Lambeer was wild.
My guy Lambo.
Wild dudes.
My guy was in here giving dudes elbows, man.
Nah, I agree with what you're saying. I just side note, I think people don't give LeBron enough credit on how much he developed his shot, yo. Like Bron's shot is so much better from
his shot.
Bron be pulling up on kids like it's nothing, yo. And it's sick.
He got that one hezzy to the right or to the left.
It's super heavy. It's super look at his toes.
It's just in travel too. That's
so
what
annoying.
But it goes in every time.
It's a stupid pump too. Like, Come
They
on,
need
dog.
the
It's
heavy.
the weakest pump ever.
It's a stupid pump. Hezzy travel to the left. Knockdown.
It's very silly.
That shit. KD definitely though. I think
we probably shouldn't stay on it too long.
Facts. You get in that verses, man. What y'all think about that?
Which one? Last night?
You had Jagged Edge last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Jagged Edge 112. It was
For
cool.
all our listeners and whatnot, Tails picked Jagged Edge.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh,
And,
I was wondering who you picked because I ain't never seen him.
in the chat, he was going hard for Jagged Edge. He was going hard for Jagged Edge.
Yeah, you was like, yo, they need to play with a party yet.
Yeah, yes, that was you, bro. That was you.
All I said was they needed to play with a party. That's it.
That's the only song they had, yo.
Nah, that's not the only song they had, but 112 Stitches was different.
Yeah, because it's 112.
First of all, they wasn't playing fair with the Biggie and the Puffy drop show. That just wasn't fair.
Man, they agreed
had a lot
to
of
the
collabs.
battle. They agreed to the battle, and they got
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that. They feel like the collab should be limited to like how many you could play. You know, how many collab records you could play. Because sometimes that's cheating because your feature could have made the song. You know what I mean? So.
But Jagged Edge still got smoke. It don't matter, bro.
They still got smoke, but like it was like 3 times where I heard a whole Biggie verse. I'm like, come on, son.
But wasn't
like,
Nelly on that record too that they played?
Yo, chill out with the Nelly calls, yo.
That's a fact. So you've been wrong back to back because you picked Nelly over Ludacris.
I did not pick Jagged Edge. I did not pick Nelly, yo.
Bro. Yes, you did, yo. We got the proof, yo.
We got the receipt, bro.
We got the receipt.
Pull it up. I didn't pick neither of them.
Stay tuned. I'll put that.
We're going to put the receipt on the page.
We're going to post the receipt.
Yeah, all right.
You said.
You're going to have one text, that's it. You're not going to have no text definitively saying, like, yo, Nelly going to win this. He about to kill Ludacris.
What'd you say then? What'd you say then?
All I said was Ludacris had more hits, but some of Nelly's songs might hit different. That's all I said. That's all I said.
Hitting different, or did they not hit different when they hacked them?
Yo, shut up, yo. I still didn't pick Nelly, yo. I didn't pick Nelly, and I didn't pick Jagged Edge.
Nelly was playing a lot of.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yo, because you're trying to control the narrative on me, yo. I don't appreciate that.
Shit was definitely different because Nelly was playing a lot of different.
So now you're pulling up fake news. That's crazy.
Yeah, fake news. All 3 of y'all, fake news, yeah.
He was playing a lot of different songs, unreleased tracks.
What's the next topic?
Really trash, bro.
Why you want to go to the next topic?
Yeah, like
because y'all here trying to jump me over Zoom and shit. Yeah.
What was y'all favorite battle though, out of all of them so far?
Jonte Neo.
Overall,
yeah.
I was gonna say overall, Jonte Neo was definitely dope.
Yeah.
And the sick call is why it's the best battle is because it went the smoothest.
Yeah. Now, as far as that, I feel like that was the best battle. They smooth selling. And then, of course, the records was hard. And then, who was it? T-Pain and Lil Jon. That record was,
I was gonna say that energy.
That
energy wise,
that
like from the first minute, it was like they both was on 1,000, and like they kept it all the way through. They ran over the versus time, went back on their own lives. They kept running shit and they kept playing. Like it was. I actually watched it again last night. Like energy wise, that shit was incredible. Yeah, sure, I was loving it.
I was surprised Lil Jon had some of the. I know most of the songs, like most of the down south stuff, but there was a few joints he had in there that I didn't know was him.
Lil Jon got
which I was peeping.
Stuff from the Bay, like it was some stuff I didn't know was his.
Even that early ATL stuff, they different down there, boy. Yo. A
lot
lot of those songs and the lyrics, if you really listen to it, yo, them shit is crazy. And we was singing it in school, and we was like, we was hype and getting in trouble. And thinking about it now, like, yo, why are we doing that? Like, why? But that's what the culture was, you know. It was baggy clothes, A-Town stops.
Clothes was terrible, man.
What about the
that gear is so bad, yeah.
The what?
Teddy Riley and Babyface.
I mean, when they finally got take that back. When Teddy finally got his sound rate, it was a dope battle. But the sound, like, I don't get it. Like, all these music producers that do music all their life, they can't get sound rate. It's mind-boggling. No shout to Skool. No shout to my boy. No shout to my boy. Because I know my boy's sound would be dead right for a versus battle.
Cool, you got one time to come up here with an echo. One time. Wait, don't you come up here with no echo, yeah.
But like, it was just mind-boggling that nobody could get their sound rate.
Teddy's setup was OD too. To have
and he had the wild extra.
He had a whole concert, yo. It was a sick Ghost Place concert, yeah. He had band members, yo. He had Mad Mike's, the keyboard in the corner, sick hype man.
He was on a lily pad.
Oh no, it was definitely up top.
Yo, we had some moments in the lily pad.
No, fact.
Yo, I got some throwback pics I came across in the lily pad too.
I got
I'm gonna chill though. I'm gonna throw those in the chat.
On the lily pad.
Wild pics, man.
Oversized winter coats too.
Yeah, we ain't gonna drop those. All right? We ain't gonna drop none of those, man.
It might have been a bang out in the lily pad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, Bango wasn't lily pad, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Nah. Bango was too real for the streets. Y'all can't release that. Y'all couldn't put that out there like that.
Nah. But yeah, overall, that versus joint, man, is pretty dope. I think it's dope what Tim and Swizz is doing. It's growing like that platform grew hella quick. They almost had 1 million, or they might be over 1 million.
I think they over 1 million. They got a couple. They just put something out. I saw a post that they was like, all these companies are trying to like culture vulture and try to take it over, and they like, nah, we not.
They talked about
like a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah, they talked about that in the beginning. Now I don't think they're gonna sell it. I hope they don't. You know what I mean? I really hope they like really keep this in, because we don't got nothing. You know what I mean? Like, man, we don't never have anything. So it's like, it's dope, man. They literally like, you know, they helping people keep sane during this quarantine and shit. So I think it's pretty dope what they're doing. Especially for the music community, we need it. People are getting more streams on their records, and people that we ain't listened to in years and getting that recognition now and stuff like that. So
I definitely after each battle, I've been. What is it? Shazam? You hit the little app button.
Yeah, Shazam crazy. Yeah,
I've been Shazamming and Spotifying crazy every battle, like just trying to pick up the old tracks and albums and everything. Like I think, like you said, the Jonte and the Neo joint was definitely the best. As far as vibe wise and energy, it was definitely the T-Pain and the Lil Jon. But I think one of my other favorite ones was the DJ Premier and the RZA one, because that was just so. It was like super for me. Like I got a little connection to the RZA, because not to the RZA, but like Wu-Tang, because I was used to born and raised in New York, so I got that kind of backing and everything. My biological father used to DJ for them when they first started out, when they was like babies. So that was cool to see his range and like where he pulled from and all the tracks that he got. And the DJ Premier, one of the best known DJs in the world out of New York, and his backing and his catalog, like it was just super dope to listen to all that music. But I think the worst one was definitely for me was the Sean Garrett, the Dream one. Off the strength that Sean Garrett had, I think my man was high that whole time, yo.
Niggas want to fight.
Yeah, that was, I couldn't even watch that one. Like,
it was hard to watch, yo.
Yeah,
as it kept going, it took him 10 minutes to get even into the battle. And then once he got into it, like, cool, they're blowing back and forth. I didn't realize that they both had so many Beyonce hits. That alone was kind of incredible. They both each had at least 7 to 8 that I remember, if I remember correctly. That they just kept playing back and forth. But like the Dream was just tolerating him for the whole battle. And like the show was he just didn't care. He was slurring his words. He had the wild coke lip going. I don't know if he took coke, but it was sick. Like
it was the Bobby Brown lip.
It was worse than the Bobby Brown. Bobby could keep it together. I don't know. Sean, he was struggling, yo. Sean was a little struggling. I couldn't.
Your dad was wild. I think it was worse than Bobby Brown.
That shit was, to me, yeah, it was hard to watch that one, yo. And you just was like tolerating it and just was like, all right, next. Like, you ready? And then when Sean wouldn't play a song, Dream just played another one. And then he'd be talking about whatever, he just played another. That was really, really bad.
I didn't even see that one. I'm glad I didn't. Now that
I don't know if you want to waste your time and go back, but
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that one was worth it. We're gonna stay in this music stuff, man. There's a couple things that's been in the news musically. What y'all think about this guy Tekashi, man? And
my guy,
your guy. That ain't my. What y'all think about all this he got going on with, like, you know, of course we all know what he did. And like, you know, now he back out, he dropping music. I remember when he was still locked up, and I read a post saying that he had got a deal. And I forget how much the deal said, but they was like, they gave him a record deal while he was still locked up. And I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. Like, he's still gonna be dropping music. And first thing he did when he came out, he dropped a record. You know, Meek going crazy, everybody going crazy, and like, and they feelings about it. So how y'all feel about it?
As an entertainer and as someone who just put themselves and market themselves, my man is incredible, yo. Like, on some Steve Jobs TED Talk type shit. Like, he is incredible at that. Mm-hmm. As far as like the other stuff, obviously, like, we know what he did, whatever. I don't know. Don't feel too hot about it, but like, just entertaining alone, which is pretty much a big piece of the music industry, and be able to market yourself is just like, he's fucking incredible, yo. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head at this moment that's like at that level, because like, my man got out and instantly did what on the IG Live. How many? It was.
Yo, he had.
It was it 300,000?
No,
they had like 2-3 million.
Yeah. So even that's what I'm saying. Like, 2
million on IG Live.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's fresh out.
But the call is
who you know fresh out of jail getting 2 million views on IG.
Yeah, it's people that's not in jail that's not getting.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy.
Because the sick call is that like Tory was doing his quarantine radio stuff, right? And he was getting like 500,000, I think, was his top one. And that was when he had like Drake up there with him. And it's like Drake is like top artist right now. He's up there with Tory Lanez. He gets like 500,000. Tekashi come out straight out of jail. Yo, I'm on IG Live Friday. He was on for like 15 minutes and had like 2 million views, yo. Like, his marketing alone is just nuts. Like, he did whatever. He snitched. The hood don't love him. But like, his marketing, as far as everything, like his music and stuff, like 50 started it off with like doing the whole like, I'm beefing with everybody as soon as I come out. With like How to Rob and Still, he dropping names in everybody's song. That's how he really got his buzz when Jay-Z dropped his name because of that song. So 50, even 50 still now, he does like the whole beefing thing when he promoting Power, promoting his music, whatever. Tekashi is like just doing that shit like 2.0, like, fuck it, I'm going after everybody head. I snitched, yo, you snitch, he snitched, he snitched. I don't even care no more. It's like, nuts, yo. And it's crazy that people.
He said, you a snitch, you.
Yeah. It's crazy that like people feed into it, and it's like, that's what he wants, yo. The minute you like Meek commenting on him, that's what he wants. Snoop Dogg going back and forth with him, like, Snoop Dogg, yo, like, you the OG, like, you shouldn't even be responding to him.
You know
better. He just keep pushing the button, and he got all that buzz from talking to Snoop, Meek. Now, who after now? I go on his IG right now. I bet you beefing with somebody.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like everybody giving it too much attention. I get it. You know, a lot of these artists that come from the streets, or, you know, a lot of people that what their beliefs are with the code, you know, stitching and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I get it. But y'all giving this man way too much energy. Like, y'all really letting him get under y'all skin because of what he did. I think Trippie Redd just said something about it. He was like, if we all just ignored the situation.
That ain't gonna happen.
I know it ain't. I know it, but he's right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we ignore this shit, it's like, what he gonna do? He gonna keep trying. You know what I mean? And it's like,
somebody gonna respond.
Yeah, you know.
Either that, or you're gonna find a loophole somewhere.
Even if your response is, "Yo, don't respond to him,"
that's a response.
You give him the buzz. You got to say completely nothing, and it's not gonna happen in today's age. It's the internet. Somebody's gonna respond.
Even if you say nothing, he's just gonna take it to another level where you have to respond. You have to say something. You're gonna test your manhood. You're gonna have to. They're not saying nothing
because it's true.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it.
I think it's entertaining, yo. It's like watching a ship crash, yo. You can't look away, yo. Like he's gonna get somebody's gonna touch him. Like somebody's gonna get to him. But like right now, it's just like it's a train crash, yo. You gotta watch it. Like I can't wait for his video to drop on Friday. It's gonna be so funny.
Yeah,
like people gonna be talking wild shit, and he's gonna be pointing and laughing.
But the problem I have with it is like it's entertaining to some people, to you, I guess. It's not entertaining to me because like it's a real life aspect to all of this. Like, yeah, he out doing what he doing, but it's a boatload of people that's still in jail, and he out and their lives are ruined because of him. Like, they really lived that life. He portrayed that life, then snitched, then got out, and everybody else rotting in there. Like, I don't know. It's a hard balance for me.
Ain't antagonizing anybody. What would you do? What would you do? It's kind of. And then
I would never be in that position in the first place because I wouldn't be trying to infiltrate the culture like he did.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to be in a position like that. But it is what it is. You gotta make your money however you get it, and it's a different generation of listener.
Definitely.
Viewer stuff. So I mean, like you said, he's the master marketer. He figured it out, but I can't respect it.
He's teeter on a fine line though, because it's like it's marketing like wise, business wise, is great, but like sooner or later somebody going to touch him, yeah. Like you just can't be out riding in the hood promoting all your music and stuff, and you know people out here like it's real games out here that really want you dead. Like no games, no nothing. They like Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg talking shit low. It's like real street dudes that want you dead, and he really making a joke out of it. And it's funny, like outside looking in, but it's like you think about it, it's like, yo, he really playing with his life just for marketing.
Crazy,
man.
That money make you do crazy things, man.
Hey, he had a bag of like $1 million, like off rip soon as he got out.
You're waiting for him. But yeah, like I said,
man. I don't know, man.
Entertainment wise, marketing wise, genius. Antics, I don't know. But that comes with it, I guess. Shit, he got more money than me, so he's doing something right.
He got more than all of us combined. Maybe not School, I don't know. School got the bag.
School, but
man.
School got the bag.
School had the bag for him when he got out.
Nah, chill. That is not the call. That ain't the call at all, man. What else?
As a producer, somebody that's on the come up, would you produce a song for him?
Me personally?
Yeah.
He talking to me or Bert?
Nigga, I'm a producer.
School like he's not the only person he could be talking to.
I don't produce music, bro.
Nah, I don't think I would. Just cause it's just I feel like it's too much that come with it. And every bag ain't worth it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I know the dude that was doing he got a video when he was getting his hair done and shit. Like that dude do a lot of people here in the industry, and I don't know. I was looking through his comments. Like a lot of people was like, "Yo, congrats," but I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. You know what I mean? Because somebody's still working with him. Whatever your beliefs are. I mean, you still gotta eat, but it's like, what's gonna come with that? Like, say I do a record with him, right? And everybody knows Skool did a record. Now that might mess up my chance with Meek, Hov, everybody else in the industry, because they might look at me like,
I peep those name drop stuff.
Very subtle. Very subtle.
They might look at me like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, like, you dope, but I don't really get down with, like, what you doing, you know what I mean? So then it kind of, like, puts me in the jam in the industry. So it's really, it'd probably be a no for me.
And then it's just, like you were saying, it's not just him, too. Like, because he's not just coming to the studio to put a song down. It's going to be him with his camp. And you don't know anybody in his camp that could be potentially in some shit with somebody else or somewhere else, or, you know, it's just a lot to deal with, and I can understand why you would say, like, I don't know, I don't think I would touch him, because it's just, you just never know, yo.
Yeah.
The wild card, and it's scary that it got to come down to that, but like, it's the money, and you just got to really think about what your beliefs are and what you really, you know, stand firm with.
Yeah. That is definitely something I thought about. Somebody else asked me that question too. But yeah, I think it'll be a no for me.
Get that bag, yo.
Man, there's other artists I can work with and get the bag from, man.
We know what Tills is doing.
Yo, if he came to you right now, it's like, yo, ask him for a beat, yo. You don't got to show it to the studio, no, not just send him the beat, send it to his email, drop to his iCloud right now.
I'm like, I know this producer named Tills, though. You can work with him.
He ain't producing nothing over here.
Tills will do it for free.
He just want to be all up in the videos.
He just want to be dancing.
I get on GarageBand right now.
That's what Tills want to do, is just dance, yo.
Yo, chill.
That's what he want to do, yo.
It's up 95.
Up and down 95. That's what he want to do.
Yo,
Everybody,
chill,
whenever y'all go look at our IG page, look at that picture that we posted the other day with me and everybody but Tills was in it, and ask him why he wasn't in that picture.
I put a hashtag in there, but nah, I want y'all to send the comments his way and really get down to it. Like, ask him why he wasn't there.
Yeah, bro, he was that though.
That was a bro family trip, and you wasn't around. You wasn't in the bathroom. Stop lying, yo. You was really dancing out here, bro.
Can you use the bathroom?
Because we left that place, and then we went to the other place, and you danced from that place to the other place, too. And that was
the spot next door.
That might be the
Shout out to DC.
Yo, shout out to DC, yo.
Yeah,
nah, my man was definitely dancing in the pizza spot, because the man was trying to look for his order, and he just couldn't stay still. There was a sick line behind him. You was dancing in the pizza spot.
Now you hype, man. I wasn't dancing in the pizza spot.
My man tried to get your order, and you couldn't stand still, bro.
I'll fess up to dancing in the club, but I wasn't dancing in the pizza spot.
Oh, Tills.
I might have danced from one place.
Legend
When
had
I went to the club, were you
dancing to
so like you was coming to the club?
Wait, what?
When we went to the club, were you told like
You on robot, yo. I can't hear nothing you say.
What'd you tell her? No. What'd you tell her where you from?
Yo, see,
don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I didn't say nothing. She assumed I said I was going to say I was going to be from New York because I had a Yankee tattoo on.
Yeah, on that.
Assumed that I did not say that. That never came out of my mouth.
You're the only one in there with a hat on too, clown.
I was not the only one with a hat on, yo.
Oh, she was, yo.
I had a Yankee tattoo on. She was like, "Oh, you from New York?" And I was like, "No." But y'all love hyping up, saying I was about to say I was from New York.
You hesitated.
There you go.
She didn't believe you nowhere.
Shout out to Lex.
I didn't tell her nothing.
Where's she? Minnesota, right? She said, something wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was from like Minnesota or something, and she said she moved to DC and never went back. Something like that.
That's sick.
You know her whole story?
I don't even remember. That's crazy.
Yo,
That's crazy.
We wasn't.
Nah, you gotta get Phil up here for her whole story.
We wasn't in there that long.
Oh, we don't got
get
time
the
for
whole
that
story,
story.
bro.
Actually, I only talked for like 2 minutes.
We were all standing there, yo. Now y'all just trying to be funny, yeah.
I ain't hear that.
What's our social?
We were all standing there.
You got the social?
Next topic.
Yeah.
So he did get the social. He just don't want to tell us. That's okay.
We cover anything else, or we stopping it with that one? I don't know how much time we at right now.
I don't know. I think we We're probably at like 40 minutes now, I think.
I don't know how long y'all want to go for this first episode. I know I've seen that you got.
Yeah, we could keep going. Definitely want
But you got the premium joke, it could go as long as we want.
You said what?
Hey, yo.
I said he got the premium joint. We can go as long as we want.
I thought you said that. Hey, yo.
I said what I said, yo.
Oh, exactly. Pause, yo.
I said
I think
what
we could do at
I
least
said.
one. We could probably do one more.
we could touch on this last topic just because pretty much it happened I think today or yesterday, and then you got Ahmaud Arbery too. But there's a guy out in Minneapolis, George Floyd, and he was killed by the police. Like I said, I believe it happened yesterday or today. You had an officer and it was 4 officers. First video I saw, I only saw 2 officers, but apparently it was 3 officers that had him pinned down to the ground. One had his knee on his neck for probably about 5 minutes, if not longer. And, he told me he couldn't breathe. And then eventually you just hear him stop talking and still gasping for air. And eventually he just lays there, lifeless. And, for me, it's like, all of us, we see this all the time. We hear about it all the time. It's been happening to us for years. And I'm just at a point where it's like, I feel like I hit my breaking point with it. And, it's just tiring to see that we keep getting killed by cops. We keep getting killed by white people in general. And, majority of the time, we not doing anything. And then, there's other cases where, a few weeks ago, there was a guy on a white guy in the streets, and he got a gun, waving around, pointing it. You saw that, right? And they ain't do nothing until he put his finger on the trigger. You know what I mean? So it's like it's exhausting, man. Like it literally like.
Nah, it definitely is. Like it's sickening. It's just like we always say enough is enough, and it's just like, we tired of saying the same things over. We started saying justice for this person, justice for that person, but it's just like tired of saying when it's gonna stop, and it's not stopping. It just continue to happen to us, and now with social media, it's like everything is coming to light, and still nothing's really being done about it, which is just even more mind-boggling. Like we got the evidence, we got the physical evidence right there, and nobody seems to want to just bat eye and look into it, and that's really all it takes. And like it's really, really depressing. Like there was another story today, just something stupid. I think it was in New York, Central Park. It was a guy bird watching, black guy bird watching, minding his business. And in the park, you're supposed to keep your dog leashed. And there's a white lady who had his dog just roaming, ripping and running through the park, and he just asked her politely, like, yo, you gotta, like the sign says, put the dog on the leash, there's the rules there, like, come on. And she went and took it a whole extreme and called the cops and was all frantic, talking about the guy's gonna, I feel attacked, I feel threatened, like, come on, bro.
She said, I'm gonna tell the cops there's an African-American man threatening me.
Yeah, like, are you saying, like, bro, like.
I don't even think I saw that.
I just saw the post this morning, but like to my point, it's like that's OD.
Yeah.
Like we can't bird watch in peace now. Like bird watch, like just sit in the park and just look at birds. Like we can't even do that peacefully without something. And he was peaceful. I saw the video. He was peaceful, acted real politely a couple of times. Like, oh, there's rules that you got to follow. There's a sign right there. Put your dog on the leash. Everything's good. Like, and she just took it to Wake Street, and now. Now that backlash comes, she's sorry, she's crying. I think she was working for Franklin Investment. They fired her.
Yeah.
Right, as they should, like, and they, in one of the statements, paraphrasing, we don't condone the racism, as you shouldn't, like, because that's blatantly what it is. Like, now you just got to call it what it is now.
Yeah, you just can't be like, somebody go up to you and be like, hey, can you put your dog on your leash? No matter how he said it, like, whether he said it rude or politely, it's like, you went from, hey, put your dog on a leash at a dog park to I'm going to call the cops and tell them there's an African-American man threatening me.
Right, not a man.
She had to add the African-American part.
Right,
and, like,
and that's the depressing part. Like, why is it that? It's 2020, bro. Like, why is it still that? Like, it got to be so unnecessary. Like, that's just, to me, just unnecessary.
And she said it like so angry too. I was like, yo, what? Why are you so mad?
Like
just
you
put your dog
you
on.
breaking the rules. Like, you're breaking the rules. Like, why are you not? But
that's the privilege showing right there. She knew, or she thought, that she could call the cops and they would automatically believe her story over his because she was, the white lady in the park, and you assume that the black guy's the one in the wrong, the black guy's the threat.
mm-hmm.
And these old white ladies, young white ladies, man, they got to stop doing it. They don't realize how much danger they're putting us as black people in by the cops just showing up. Like, anything can happen at that point. Once they get there, who knows? The cop might be biased. The cop might be having a bad day, and that could be the end for any of us. Like, so
within seconds.
It's just a scary time. Like,
really scary. But the thing I did love the most about that whole story is that my man, he stayed calm the whole time. He didn't elevate. Like, he remained calm the whole time, even when she was seen frantic and calling the cops and made it very specific who she thought was being threatening towards her. He just like, call the cops. Like, I want you to call the cops. And then I did read the story that by the time the cops came, she happened to be going. Like, it's just like, you doing all that and then you call the cops and sure that you're not there. Like, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
It's just super unnecessary. But
and to speak on the situation with the cop with the dude with his knee on the dude's neck, or like it looked like at first. Yeah, what's his name?
George Floyd.
To speak on that situation, it's like, I know my background in law enforcement. I'm like, I see that, and I'm just like, yo, like, that didn't have to go any way the way it went. Like, the video I seen, it instantly went straight to when he had his knee on his neck.
There's another video that shows from a different angle. There was 4 officers. So it was the officer with his knee on his neck, the Asian one that was just sitting there, like, blocking it off. And then behind the car, there were 2 more officers. So one was like on his back, and then another one had his knee on his his legs.
Okay.
And I'm just like, yo, that's great. I saw that video this morning, and I didn't see that second one until about an hour or 2 ago. And I was just like, yo,
yeah, I only seen the one you sent in the chat. So like when the angle they had it only like honestly only like it was that one cop. And to be completely honest, it was like a 9-minute video. Like, I had to fast forward through the middle of it because I couldn't watch it.
That's crazy that he had his knee on his neck that long.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, first of all, if you're not supposed to have your knee on somebody's neck like that, I don't like combative or whatever. Like, you sitting there with your knee on his neck like that. That's first of all a big no. No matter, like I said, didn't know what he was doing prior to the video, but like the part of the video I watched, they had him, for what I can see, they had him contained and he wasn't walling too much. He was yelling and screaming and stuff, but it's like he's not an active threat at that point. So it's no point for you to be pressing on his neck with your knee like that. And then the video kept going, and it's like, dude, it's a 9-minute video, and like I got to like midway through the video, fast forward to like 6-7 minutes in, his knee's still on his neck, and it literally went from him screaming like, I can't breathe, people saying, hey, get off his neck, and I fast forward a couple minutes that he still has his knee on his neck, and the guy, like, from what I can see, looks lifeless. And like, it looks like, from what I can see, the cop like never tried to take his knee up off him, no nothing. And I can say I've been in situations like that on the other end, having to deal with somebody on the ground like that, and never would I be sitting on somebody's neck for like 5-10 minutes straight and not even trying to see if he's even breathing still. Like, if he's yelling and stuff and fighting with you, like, do what you gotta do to control him, but like, the dude's not moving anymore. Why are you still leaning on his neck like that? Like that was completely uncalled for.
Like 5, 6, no matter how long, like, you don't need to be on nobody's neck like that, yo.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for.
The EMT, when they pulled up, they checked to see if he had a pulse and just walked away. It's like, we all saw that he was lifeless, and it's like they didn't do proper protocol. You know what I mean? Like, I know a few people that are EMT, and like they didn't put him on, the stretcher board or whatever they put under you and all that. Like, they just tossing him around like he's nothing. And it's just like, yo, like, what's going on for real? Like, it's just crazy, man.
It's definitely depressing. It's definitely sad, but we just gotta keep fighting and make sure we getting our voices heard out there, and keep putting that pressure. And hopefully we here to see it. What day the change actually comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Hopefully something happens, man. I don't know. It's like, yeah, we got to get our voices heard, but it's like we feel like it's like how much of that we gonna do? Like when is it gonna change? You know what I mean? Is it ever gonna change? So,
Right.
I don't know. It's tough.
It will. Got to be positive. It will. So we just gotta keep fighting the good fight. So.
I mean, I did see it said the 4 cops got, what was the 4 cops
They got terminated.
that was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got fired, but
yeah, because
who knows what happens after that.
Yeah, the mayor spoke about it, so I'm sure the mayor, got them fired and all that. But I guess we're gonna see what happens.
That's the first step.
Yeah. Big facts. So yeah, I mean, we could close out with that. I know that was kind of heavy, but
Yeah.
Things like that, it got to be talked about. You know what I mean? Like we gotta, like we gotta spread awareness. There might be some people that don't know about it, or just need to hear about it. So
Absolutely.
definitely gonna be talking about stuff like that up here. But yeah, we can close it out. Anybody got any closing words?
Shout out to the good people out there checking in. We appreciate all our listeners, followers. I didn't talk about this with the team, but we got a little special surprise for the 100th follower. So if you're the 100th follower, might get a little gift card or something. Just slide you a little breakfast, a little Dunkin' or something like that. But yeah, just keep following. Have a lot more content, a lot more episodes coming to you. And just stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Facts, yeah. We're definitely looking forward to the podcast growing. I know we said in the beginning, we've been talking about this for a while. And I think it's pretty dope. It's something different. I'm used to doing music stuff, but I know the podcast game is like a whole different realm. You know what I mean? It's like the music industry, but it's the podcast industry. So we're gonna see what happens. And I just want to shout out a few people. Shout out Views from the Struggle. That's Beams. Shout out Sunday School.
Yes, sir.
And Schoolhouse. That's my brand. That's everything I got going on. So, shout out to
guy.
Huh?
So my guy doing things.
Hollywood School.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, just a few different things we got going on. So yeah, stay tuned in with us. I'm School.
This shit bass.
You already know.
Pills.
Catch y'all later. Morning.
Yo,
I'll see y'all later.
How are you?
Here.